Okay, so it looks like Mike Banghart's going to take the opening shot for O'Malley's. And on the defensive line, you got Al Nettle, Carter Nettle, Will Blau, Steven Dudenis, and Justin Dudenis.
And it looks like that first throw hit Will Blau, and Shottlebop was unable to catch it, so that would make a score 1-0 O'Malley's with Will Blau throwing back. And it's kind of hard to see where teams are throwing after the first shot. You know, normally they have a guy that they're going to pick out and kind of pick on the whole game, so it'll be interesting to see who exactly that is for both teams.
Will Blau's going to throw his two-finger. Good up by Derek and just can't snatch it.
Bert's not able to handle that one.
So those, when you get to the finals there, those are the mistakes that you kind of have to eliminate. Those have got to be catches if you want to be successful.
Yeah, that was a really good hand, and you really hope to see your other guys move around that disc and keep it up and finish that catch. So here's Derek throwing back at O'Malley's.
Hits Carter. He's able to bobble it and come up with the catch. Looks like O'Malley's is trying to say he trapped it. Let's take a look here. Clean up.
Looks good off the chest.
See a whole lot there.
I think that's good. There's no definitive, and he calls it clean instantly, so he must be pretty confident. I think that looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good.
But the
Observers taking a look. Let's see here. I think there might be one spot.
Right there.
Right there.
Right?
But again, real time.
Yeah,
I
real
think that's
time
clean.
you can't see that. But
it looks like they're going to call it clean. So that will be a good catch for O'Malley's. Carter throwing back.
So that's two different guys now that O'Malley's has hit. So can't really tell if they're picking on a guy or just kind of feeling out the whole line.
Defensive line for O'Malley's. You got Bert, Derek, Cam Varigan in the center, Mike Banghart playing a whip, and then Will Walden down on the other end.
You saw that throw from Carter. He throws a fast lefty thumber, moves right to left, and it's kind of hard to track at first. But it looks like Cam handled that pretty well, and they were able to finish that catch.
I think it'd be interesting to see if O'Malley's keeps going at Carter. Usually you don't shoot the best shot, but hey, to each their own. So Cam lines up. He's going to fire on Juice and right past him. Looks like he just missed it a little bit.
And you see Cam, he normally throws a turnaround backhand, but there he forego the turnaround and threw it straight on to make sure that he hit his guy.
Okay, so here goes Juice. He's going to throw a flipper. Looks like a good pop, and Bert's all over it that time.
Good
He's
shot
not
on
making
the seam, but you could see Bert and Derek kind of close that gap and up that disc together almost.
Yeah, Bert's not making that same mistake twice.
Nope. So now Bob talking a little bit, they got a catch. A little they catch, we catch kind of thing. And Bert also throws a really hot thumber here. Moves quite a bit.
There it goes. Oh, man, right back at that.
That was hot.
Carter area. So it's looking like maybe they're shooting Carter.
Looks like they're shooting at Carter, maybe L. I think they're trying to get to L, maybe. Maybe not. Steven's throwing back. Was that an ace?
No, Steve's not throwing. That was Carter.
Okay.
So looks like Bob just kind of regrouping here. Going to try and pick a guy and settle in on him.
Looks like he's going to throw a thumber, backhand.
Thumber.
Pretty sure it's a thumber.
Yeah, that's going to go right on to Derek.
I think that was Steven. That
Good
looked
spot.
Like Steven was throwing. I was like...
yeah, up top. Good luck.
Yeah, that spot is pretty indefensible. Carter throws in probably one of the more indefensible spots in the game currently. That up top, palms up thumber with as much spin as he puts on it, it's a pretty hard shot to catch.
So it's going to score on Derek. Derek's going to come back with the two-finger. Let's see who he hits here. Lines up, rips it.
Derek has been throwing solid all weekend long, and it looks like he hit that outside man, outside hand, which is, pretty much the best place you could throw on a sidearm shot.
So that point's going to put O'Malley's up 4-2.
Here's L on the return shot, throwing a backhand. Nice and low. Hit Bert on the end. Great spot. Ankle high. And that's a point for Shottlebop. 4-3 O'Malley's. Looks like Mike Banghart liked that one a little bit. He's talking some sauce.
I think he chased the disc over there. Shottlebop told him to get off their lawn. Al's got a flipper as well, but it looks like he chose backhand.
Yeah. Could be because he just feels more confident accuracy-wise or, doesn't want to dump. Who knows? And here's Bert back.
Bert's thumber. Man, look at that thing
More
dip.
movement. Ooh.
Right
Thumber
on
to
target.
thumber. Thumber to thumber. You love to see it.
So, interesting that O'Malley's doesn't seem to mind Carter getting the disc. I think a lot of teams try to avoid him.
A lot of people try and avoid him because they don't really read thumbers very well, but O'Malley's might be a special, these players might be special and be, they all like thumbers and they can see the thumbers, so they might have a secret plan here.
Here goes Carter, right on Derek again, so it looks like it might be Derek. He's going to get a good pop, and Cam moving out the back is going to catch it.
And what we were talking about with the thumbers earlier, I think, Derek, Cam, Bert, I believe they all practice with Shottlebop.
I don't think Derek does. Marquette, Calumet.
Maybe not. I don't know. But when you practice with somebody, and you see their shots a lot, obviously it becomes a lot easier to track come tournament time. So here's Cam. Looks like he's going to straight on backhand. See if he aims for juice again. Looks like that's where he was going. Will Blau with the good effort. Nice dive and snagged that one before it hit the ground. So that's a good catch.
Will Blau. Here he is right here with the ruin your day catch.
Oh.
Man, those are just frustrating.
That presented itself perfectly. He read that one. He started moving as soon as he saw it was going to go to the end. Kind of had a feel for where it was going to go before he threw. Just kind of baiting that game plan. Nice bid.
Those can be momentum shifting.
Yep.
So here goes with the two finger.
Will Blau has a really quick run up and a really snappy sidearm, and you can see threw it almost immediately after that drop or that catch, and then hit Derek and could not
Right on Derek.
complete
So
that catch.
I think pretty early on here we're seeing that Shottlebop's pretty content going after Derek.
Looks like they're throwing that 4-5 spot between Derek and Bert. They don't really want to throw up Mike Banghart, as most teams don't.
Coming back with the two finger. Gets his end guy again. That
Gets
time
the end
Al's
guy,
got a
but
good...
it's a little easier spot to up. So, I mean, if you throw... That was pretty much in the bag zone, right at your chest. It's a easier spot to track a sidearm and throw that one at Al Nettle, and he's going to up that one every single time. So, that was a good play by Shottlebop. Nice catch by Will Blau. Nice movement again, and here it comes. Spreading them out.
Must have caught Mike Banghart cheating.
Oh, that was a heater in a beautiful spot. Will Blau, he tends to do that once in a while too. He can line up anywhere, and then he can hit any one of the 5 guys on the line from any spot on the line. And right there, he lined up kind of on Derek and Bert. They had an idea where it was going to go, but then he pulled it right over.
Here comes Mikey. Second, he threw the opener. Now here he comes back with the staker. And just too much on the second hand.
He easily throws the best staker in the game, probably because he might throw the only staker in the game.
So that's going to be the first switch. 6-5 O'Malley. It's pretty close. Neither team really making any big mistakes so far.
A couple good movements and catches by Shottlebop. O'Malley's either caught or they dropped it. They haven't had a whole lot of team movement, team catches. And that's a big part of playing in the finals is getting those team catches.
So here comes Will. Two finger right on Derek again.
Will's never going to miss. So, if you're going to be shooting at Will, you whoever they're shooting at, better be ready to catch it because Will is not going to miss his guy very often, if at all. So now it's tied at 6s. So, what was it? 4-2 O'Malley's? 3-1? Now it's
3-1,
6s.
I think.
So.
6s. Here comes Derek. See if he goes. Looks like he's lining up on Al Nettle again. There he goes firing. Yep.
That outside, perfect spot.
Not able to get a good enough hand on that one to catch it, so that's going to make it 7-6 O'Malley's.
Was that Juice or Steven flying out the back?
Juice.
Juice, okay. And on that
comes
shot,
Al.
since here comes Al.
Backhand. Cam gets a good hand on it and just
There's your
floats
team.
into the
There's
hand
your
of
team
Derek.
defense right there. That's what you need to see.
Never a bad thing though when the defense catches when your target catches. Obviously
If
you
you
want to
hit your
score.
if you hit your target and he catches, that's not the worst thing. It's when you miss and the guy you don't want to shoot catches and throwing back. If you think you can catch your guy, which is pretty much why you're throwing at him, it's not the worst as long as you don't dump. And when Derek shoots this end man, the other end of the line with the angle of this sidearm can pretty much leave early and try and catch this fly angle just like this.
Upstairs,
He's chasing it down. If he leaves a second earlier, he might be able to give a bid for that. And so Derek might need to watch out for that.
Yeah, with the
later in
angle
this game.
on Derek's sidearm, if he tries to pull it down, there's a pretty decent chance it's
It's
going
going to
vertical.
go vertical, upside down. It's not going to be a good shot. So the other end, Juice on that end, has a pretty good idea that he can leave. If Derek's lining up on that end, he can leave early.
So here comes Al Nettle coming back with the backhand. And he's going to miss and get Cam.
Right in the middle at Cam, and Cam's going to eat a backhand up all day long. Cam loves those backhands.
And again, the disc just finds its way back to Derek. So Derek making some good plays on these ups here. Staying active. Coming back with the
Looks like he's lining up again on L. So
Bop actually looks like they shifted him down to the end here.
a little back and forth. Oh yeah, they moved him, which is interesting because they could bait the fly end with Al where he was, but they might want to see if Derek will pull it a little too much and dump maybe, or
I think they want the spin to come back towards the defense.
Yeah, but he doesn't throw a flat angle, so the odds of that
We'll see here.
are pretty low, I think.
So Al Nettle with the smash.
He went straight up and
Playing hero.
Al Nettle doing it all himself. Should have just bagged it. Probably gave Ron Blau a heart
look at what
attack.
happened here.
Ron Blau,
he
you
puts
okay?
his hand up and then
Whoops.
kind of twitches a little bit. I
Whoops.
wonder. Someone right there has just got to call it.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of guys in close like that. And
And they all think the other one's going to get it. You never really know if somebody doesn't say anything. So, good thing Al was there. Al's ready.
so
Al's
he's
the
going to
man.
save the point.
Look at that jersey. He's dirty. He tried this weekend.
Will Blau told me he never showers.
Will or Al?
Will said Al never showers. Here comes the dirty backhand, and that one's too tall.
Looks like it was high.
Get
So
the
that was
adrenaline going
over
after
the
last
reach
catch.
of the man that he threw at, which is a high point, which gives a point to the defense, and they get to choose who throws back. And I'm sure they'll choose Mike Banghart because he probably has their hardest throw, and the Staker is it's an odd shot since not many people throw it.
Looks like we're going to get a little bit of a bop regroup here. Just kind of a hey, we're still here, we can still catch. So let's see how Bop, if they change their lineup at all now for, looks like Al's going to stay down on that left end as you look at him.
Let's see where Mike goes here. Looks like he's lining up on Al.
And outside hand.
Accuracy was insane. Not much you can do there unless Al just straight up bags that. There's so much spin on that the fly in Juice is not going to be able to get to that at all.
I mean, that shot right there is why you give Mikey the free shots, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you want out of your guy who's throwing the free shots.
So here we go, Al Nettle backhand. You got a 10-6 game in O'Malley's favor. Cam's going to get that one.
But that's good of Al to recover and not think about that last shot.
Don't let the mistakes
dumping,
compound.
Just keep throwing. If you hit the line, they have to catch it, and they may drop it. You never know. So, good throw by Al, good catch by O'Malley's. Here's Cam coming back. We'll see if he powers it down the middle with the turnaround, or if he's going to stick to that end man, throwing the straight-on backhand.
So it looks like they moved. You got Juice down on the end, Al in the middle. Now, So,
Interesting that Cam didn't decide to do a turnaround there, because when your guy is in the middle, it's almost easier to throw a turnaround because you don't have to aim as much. You just throw it as hard as you can right at the line. But maybe he just wanted to make sure that he definitely hit his man. And so here's Al. Looks like he's going to throw a flipper this time, so changing it up. I really like Al's flipper. It's a nice, hard shot.
Getting that first bag in a game will change a man.
Huge. Absolutely huge. Nothing better in guts than a big bag.
So here he comes. Fires. That's
my
an ace.
God. That's why we
he's
love that
pumped
one.
up.
Look at that.
Get fired up, kid. You deserve it.
And that's 7-10. O'Malley's is up, so Shottlebop needs to make a little bit of a comeback, and nothing better than a bag and a score. That's the complete play in Guts Frisbee. That's all you want to see out of your guy, and that'll give your team so much momentum. A bag and a score, almost like an ace like that. Looks like they chose Derek to throw back, so obviously who he was aiming at instead of Cam.
I don't know if I agree with this, though. Derek seems to have been pinpoint accuracy wherever he goes.
Yeah, Derek's been throwing hot on the ends versus Cam. I mean, they caught him the last 2 throws, so you think they would just choose Cam, stuff Al in the middle, and bag it up again. But
also, if Derek's their guy,
yeah, I mean, everybody's got a game plan. We'll see.
He's going to spread them out, just make sure they're honest. Here goes Al in the middle still.
Yep.
Upstairs.
I think they should have chose Cam.
I would say so.
I think that Derek's throwing really well, and they should get off of him for now because he's playing good defense and has some really hot offense right now. And being down 4 points, you kind of want to bring this switches to a 12-10 at the worst, So that's quite a few points.
Comes back to the flipper.
I think it's a beautiful spot.
Looks like O'Malley's is going to call it high. I thought it was good.
Al Nettle instantly thought that was good. You saw him point down as if that was a good shot. Here's Adam Gannon, captain of O'Malley's, discussing with his team, what'd you think? Where'd you see it? And then the 2 captains will come to the center to discuss. There's Will Blau.
I think what this might come down to is it looked like Derek may have jumped a little.
Yeah, he definitely went up.
So close.
And his hand was slightly angled. It wasn't straight up and down as you'd like to see it, but
here it goes.
Ooh. I don't know seeing it. I don't know seeing it there. I don't know. That's iffy to me.
This is called good. If this is high, it's because he clipped his fingernails.
So they called it a good shot.
Good shot. Yeah, real time with the jump. I get it. A lot of times if you leave your feet, it needs to be really high for them to still call it high.
Mm-hmm.
So, but good news for O'Malley's is that they're going to get Derek throwing back here.
Yeah, he's probably scored 6 or 7 of their points this game, so,
Back to the 2-finger. He also does have a backhand, but I think for accuracy's sake is why he's sticking to the 2-finger.
He threw center really well all weekend long here. That one ends up in the bag zone, not as good of a spot as he has been throwing, because he's trying to hit that middle guy. So if you don't keep it up or down, it's pretty easy to close those gaps and catch. And you saw Carter move in a little bit on that edge and snag that one. So now you got the hot lefty thumber coming back.
Couple throws off. Let's see what he's got. Can you pull him within 2? This would be huge.
Mike's hungry, you can tell. Look at that stance. He didn't get it, but they hit Carter. They're asking him, shit.
Hit Derek. Derek's going to ask if it's vertical. Looks like Will is going to come out and have a chat with.
Which I don't think it was. It looked fine from this angle, but,
We didn't have the greatest angle, but captains are going to have a chat.
Right behind it.
Shake hands, and they're going to ask the observers
Both those
to take
captains
a
are
look.
great captains to work with. I've met them in the middle of the
And they're
field
going to call it vertical.
plenty of times.
So that's another dump for Bop.
You really can't dump in finals games. You can't really dump at all.
I mean, that's the difference, too, right now. Our team, we consider a dump to be 2 points because you lose the point on the dump, and then the best thrower on every team should be able to score almost at will. So,
Right, so
you're
2
down
dumps.
4, 2 dumps right there.
Yep. That's huge. Absolutely huge.
'Cause here comes Mikey. He's coming back.
Just a
blows it by him.
heater. And it looks like they thought it was an ace, so they're calling for the end man to throw. We'll see what they think about this. That had a lot of movement on it. That moved almost from Carter's right hand all the way to the gap on his left. So that's almost an entire man. Looks like
I was going to
Carter's
say it's under his elbow.
saying it's under his elbow, which means it's within his box, and he gets to throw back.
I think you're going to have to pry that disc away from him.
No, it's an ace. He's not giving you that one, O'Malley's. I'm sorry, but
So, point nonetheless for O'Malley's, and Carter Nettle throwing
there's the
back.
2 points. There's the 2 points from the dump, and then the score back. So that's 2.
So here he comes. Looks like he's lining up a little bit further to the left. Let's see if they try something else here. Yep.
Looks like he tried to hit that end man over there, Will Walden.
I think he got him.
I don't know if he got him or Mike. We'll see. O'Malley's just unable to come up with a catch regardless.
So that's going to make it 13-9 switch O'Malley's. So, again, there's your 4 points right there.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
And 13-9's not that bad, being down. I mean, they were down 11-7, so they just kind of traded to the 13-9. Ideally, you'd like the 12-10 at the worst for Shottlebop versus, ideally they get an 11 switch, come back from that 6-5, and they get the 6-5 on their end to tie it up. But 13-9's not... It's a manageable switch.
I think another interesting thing, though, to look at is Bob may have said here, we're shooting Derek. We're down 11-7. Something's got to change here. And
right
now are they going to go down and try and...
Yep. They used this switch, and they shot Will, and they're like, let's start this switch off with Will Walden. So Will Walden throws a slider. It smells like muffins when it comes out of the oven. So we'll see if this one's just as sweet.
He's going to line up. Let's see if he stays on Al. That seems to be their guy. Yep, right down the center. Good pop.
Al will eat a flipper up all day, too. You don't throw flippers at Al. That was good movement by Shottlebop out the front. You saw him surround the front. Carter got out there, and everybody kept moving to the disc. So that's technique defense by Shottlebop.
So one difference here is O'Malley's is kind of stuck with the same line all game because it's working. Why change it? So here comes that lefty thumber. Boom, right on Will.
Nice
Good
up.
pop. Mikey gets to it. So that's the danger of going down to that end, right? Mikey's closer to the disc.
Yeah.
So we saw them, if they were shooting Derek the whole time, they missed a couple times, got into Cam, and he was able to pop it. But the person right there it was on Derek's side, so Derek's going to catch that. But now, even though they got their guy in Will, you now got Mikey catching it.
Because Will is an absolute animal. You throw the same shot at him 2-3 times, he's going to be able to read that. He's good at figuring that out, and then he's going to get that up, and Mike's not one to miss an opportunity to catch and throw. So let's see if he throws another heater back at Carter or if he's actually trying to hit Al. Throws it right back at Carter. Carter eats that one up, but it looks like...
And Al's going to call a trap on himself.
A trap, which is a honest call by Al. You love to see it.
Those are the worst, too, that bang-bang play. And
yeah, especially when you finish the catch, and then it's like, it came in too fast. I trapped it on my chest or my arm or whatever, and nothing you can really do about it. So that's a point for O'Malley's, which makes it 14-9. A couple good catches, string of catches back and forth here. And here's Carter. See if he hits Will Walden again here with this thumber. Ooh.
Oh, he's going to miss, and I think that nicked Mikey's finger.
He pulled it a little bit into the seam. It looked like it hit Mike.
It did.
Yep,
but hey, the important thing is you get the point there.
Point to point. When you're down 5, you're really just looking for a point and then hoping to pick it up again on defense. Just get a solid up, get a catch. They upped and caught it before. It was unfortunate that Al ended up calling the trap, but nobody says they can't do it again.
He comes with that staker.
Another good hand by Carter, just not enough. Fell out the back, and Juice was unable to pick that one up. So, really, throughout this match here, it's developing. O'Malley's looks like they're shooting at Carter more, and
I think that might be a little bit of Mike too. Carter might have said some stuff when he threw vertical last switch.
Yeah.
Here he comes. Fires back.
Right back
Good
at
pop.
Mike. Huh.
and O'Malley's not able to get there. Unusual to see a pop like that not caught, but sometimes it just squirts out into a little bit of no man's land.
Sometimes you see this between two high caliber teams, you know. Two of the really strong throwers will just start chucking back and forth at each other and see who can outman the other one. Because there's Mike right back at Carter. Looks like it got Carter's hand. It was pretty much in the seam, but I think Carter got it. So that's probably, 4 or 5 throws now between Mike and Carter. Just trying to see.
I mean, they're scoring back and forth on each other, which
Right.
is good from an offensive perspective. But a bop, at some point, you got to catch it.
Right. If you're not catching it, you got to quit throwing it there.
So let's see here. They're going to go down. Outside hand on Will.
Whew.
Will's asking if it was outside.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure
Let's
that
see
was
if we
about
can
as,
get another look at it
that
here.
was about as good as you can get on that shot right there.
There he goes.
Whew. That
Gets
was
his hand out just a second late.
perfect. It was a perfect throw. Look at that little dance.
It hurts the pride right there.
Yeah.
I feel for Will, too. Not a whole lot you can do about that because you're not jumping outside. I think O'Malley's is going to take a second here to talk about it. So they've got an observer that they can call on if they want. Looks like, wow, that's a good team call. They're going to come together and as a team call it a good shot. So that's going to be a point for Bob and Will Walden throwing back.
Another slider. Sometimes it moves the whole guy over too. So if he lines up on Al, you know, it might hit Carter's left hand. So when he really snaps it, but he's really accurate with it, so he can throw it straight on also. So looks like he's lining up on Al. See where he ends up here. Yep, seeing it slid about
That's a good
half a
pop.
guy, but
That's good movement by Juice.
Carter read that one, and Juice slid out the back there and kept it alive. He didn't go straight for the catch. He just
Knows
popped
his team's
it back.
coming.
He popped it back up, knew his team was coming for the pursuit, and they get it to the guy who was throwing hard. This might be Steven's first throw of the game
It is.
at 16-12. So he's been hanging on a lot, you know.
So let's see here. He's got either a backhand or a thumber. This part of the tournament almost certainly a thumber. Yep, that looks like he.
And I think he added a turnaround. I haven't seen it that much, but this tournament I saw it a little bit. So we'll see if he throws that here.
Is either throwing left-handed or turning around. Turn
And
around.
that just adds a little bit of snap, but it looks like he threw short.
Just short.
It's unfortunate, and that's, you know, first throw of the game. You're 29 points in, 28 points at the throw, and, you know, you're just not as ready as you were. Had you warmed up, you know, when you warmed up at the start of the game, you throw the opener, you've been sitting here a little tighter and just threw it short. So,
And again, you dump. Here's who's coming back. Got to start catching. Don't have a choice here.
this is a huge throw, and
Pulls
just
it down to the end that
a
time.
beautiful spot by Mike Banghart, you know. That shot, he can pretty much put it wherever he wants. He's got to kind of line up, you know, within a guy of where he wants to throw, but it moves, and sometimes he throws it flat and it gets a nice dip on it, but sometimes it comes right at your face and you're like, I don't want anything to do with that, which is what it looked like there. So it's Juice coming back with a flip shot of his own.
And Derek all over that one.
Derek eats that one up. He was ready for that one 100%. So we'll see where Derek goes back. He might want to throw right back at Juice because they just ate that one up and they're up. They got a 6-point lead here at 18-12. They've got some room to work. They can try some things if they want. Otherwise, they can just pedal to the metal and close out game one with a couple scores.
I think being game one, you just want to snowball.
Yeah, you really want to clear that game one up, you know, especially in the finals in a best-of-3 match. If you get that game one, game two is, you know, there's a little weight off your shoulders no matter which way it goes.
Derek lines up.
We moved
Back
to that
to
other
Al
end,
and-
right back at Al. And Al's an animal. I mean, especially in this sort of situation, you're down by 6. Al's not the one to just let those go by. He doesn't want to lose here. He wants to pick this game up. He's a morale leader when it comes to Shottlebop, and so that was a big play by Al. Good work.
Here's another guy they have to get back involved if. So he's going to go down. It looked like Bert might have had the up.
And Derek out front again.
But I think O'Malley's did a good job of keeping him out of the game during the middle part there where they kind of mounted this lead.
Yeah.
I think Bob needs Will to be a part of their game pretty heavily if they're on top of it.
Yeah, between his accuracy and his defense, his initial contact and his movement is stellar, so he's a big part of their team.
Switching it up.
Good hand by Juice. Beautiful movement by Steven Dudenis and snagged that one out the back.
Even that last one short, he wants another throw. He wants a redeemer.
And that's that fly end we were talking about, 11 points ago or something like that when Derek throws on that end. If you got a guy leaving early enough and you get a good enough hand, you can catch that out the back and save a point.
I think I heard Steve Buckley telling him to run about 15 seconds before the throw.
Here's Steven. No way he dunks again. Not a chance.
Good movement. But man, just a good pop.
Derek's playing good defense here.
Looks like Bob's going to ask if he trapped it off the body.
I didn't really see anything at all there, but we'll see what the observers say if they ask him. Otherwise, they might just take O'Malley's at their word. We'll see. Cam finished it up, so he'll get to throw back.
So for the moment, Cam's got the disc. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a talk here.
Here's Cam coming back.
I think they ended up calling that one a trap, but Cam may have also had the up.
Cam, and here he adds a turnaround here, and he pipes it right down the middle like we were talking about earlier.
You can just tell that's quicker.
Yeah. That may be right where he was aiming, but he could also throw it twice as hard with that turnaround going right down the middle. You can see Adam Gannon pumping up his team, focusing them up. They got 2 points to go before they close out game one. They just kind of got to ride with it, keep in their groove, and here comes Will Blau. He's got to do something big here for Shottlebop. Adds a turnaround, a little bit snappier.
He's going to get Will.
Right on Will Walden. There was so much spin on that if that wasn't bagged, there's no way you're getting back to that one.
I think just the game this moment, Will Walden's your way back into it. 1914 switch.
Yeah.
Everybody else has just had too good of initial defense.
Yep. Between Bert and Derek, they tried that for the first 16 points, and it didn't really work out for them. So,
I mean, in Will's defense, the shots that have come at him have been stellar.
Yeah, between that one Carter thumber that slid out to his last knuckle on his finger, I mean.
And going after him is not a long-term solution.
No.
Just right now, he's not playing elite, whereas the other guys are playing out of their minds.
Right.
So here we go. Going to be a flipper. Slider. See who he goes at here. I think at this point it's just get a point.
Shoots the outside Juice, but good up by Juice. Carter with the good movement kept it alive, but
just ran out of legs to keep moving.
Kind of got out of his grasp there, and there's Juice picking his teammate up, saying that's all right. We'll get it next time.
Juice, the veteran player, knows that no matter the outcome of this game, they still got to beat you in 3.
It's a match.
Again, you don't want it to snowball. Well, this game's not going the way you want it to.
If you lose that first game, you just got to tear your team. Looks like we're playing 3, boys. Get in for a long one. So here we go. Here's Juice with the return shot.
It's going to be his flipper. He's going to take a sec to think about it. So here he goes. Looks like he's going down trying to get Will. Will's going to get the excellent second hand.
And see, that's what Will Walden is all about right there. That second hand, he's top notch, second to none when it comes to that second hand right there. And I think he came off a mic. Will read it, saved it up, and they finished it up. So here's game point coming back from Derek to close out game one if they can score here. Shottlebop got to buckle down here, 6 points down, kind of got to send it to overtime here if they want to end up winning this one.
Derek's going to fire, get the outside guy. Floats. Ugh, just not enough.
Perfect
Good
spot.
effort by Carter,
Good
though.
effort by Carter. Just an inch short. Honestly, it was not that short. So
Game 1's going to end 21-14. So stick around. I think Bob has to stay away from the dumps in Game 2.
they'll get to pick between shot or side. I'm sure they'll take throw. That's normally what the losing team of Game 1 does. They take the shot. So
21-14, the final from Game 1.